Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to once again put my faith in Jesus, as the team and I try to seal the deal on this guerrilla op in XCOM 2. And while you can see that Jesus looks pretty focused on these aliens, I'm sure that inwardly, he's probably shaking his head and throwing up a facepalm at my effort to seal the deal with some alien strange, because, I mean, it's just how Jesus rolls. I think you're going to have to buck up and accept the fact that I'm not you, though, Jesus, because, you know, social mores are changing, man, and the whole saving myself for a marriage thing, it's just not how Perfidious Pete rolls. And I'm not trying to shit on anybody else's life choices. If you want to save yourself for marriage, hey, you straight up go for it. That's a level of restraint and self-control I will never achieve. At this point, actually, literally, because I've never been married, and contrary to popular belief, I have had sex a time or two, so, you know, it's, I literally can't do it at this point. But, you know, don't take advice from me on how to live your life. Taking advice from a self-confessed idiot who plays video games on the internet is probably in itself the sort of terrible life choice that a self-confessed idiot who plays video games on the internet would and did make. Which is some next level, like, meta mind-bender bullshit in and of itself, but I digress. To get back to my original point after delivering my whole I'm an idiot disclaimer, saving yourself for marriage, to me, Perfidious Pete, just seems like a pretty questionable proposition. I mean, sexual compatibility it's a fairly significant part of a committed monogamous relationship, right? And what if after you're married you find out that your new life partner can only achieve orgasm when masturbating while dressed as Vladimir Putin and being scourged with a hammer and sickle? I mean, that's gonna make for an interesting wedding night, admittedly. And you're probably saying, well, you know, Pete, if you really love the person, you'll just buy them a conservative gray suit, a bottle of lube, pick up a hammer, and start swinging it. And you're not necessarily wrong, but what if that just doesn't do it for you? What if you're more of an unadventurous, sort of leisurely, missionary position work with a little cuddling afterwards sort of person? It seems like that the kind of conflict in this department that you could easily have worked out before legally binding your fortunes together. That's all I'm saying. Yes, well, Pete, you just don't know the delight of being scourged by the hammer and sickle. Trust me, if you give it a try, you might be like, I should dress like Putin and be scourged more often. This is quite surprisingly delightful. Well, I mean, you know, I'm not really very sexually adventurous, Yuri, but I will take it under advisement, I suppose. Anyway, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Just words are falling out of my mouth like goddamn diarrhea. It's like I have fucking cholera here, so I'm just gonna shut my mouth and get back to work. Honest, Abe, why don't you shoot this man in the brain? The elite officer is a bit more of a problem, but are we going to have enough soup to get these guys done? Oh, Helen Keller, why are you not concealed anymore? Well, that makes me sad, Helen Keller. You should be concealed. Alright, well, I mean, that's troubling. Jesus, I think we're just going to have you advance and maybe reload for us. Jesus is not in a fantastic position, and I would like to get the one bullet back in his gun, because Jesus does have our stun rifle here, and I fully expect on this particular mission that we are going to encounter an alien ruler, but I think we'll have Jesus pull that last. Steve, what do you got here? Yeah, one terrible shot and one honestly worse shot. Although the skull mine is on the table here. You could skull mine that elite officer and do it from cover. My only concern is that's almost certain to spawn another pod, because we know there are guys over there. It also takes you out of potential hack position, which I'm additionally not a fan of. Then again, is spawning that pod early really a deal breaker? I mean, is it recoverable? Maybe. Yuri, you have not moved yet, so you could rapid fire a man. Double 96s is pretty good. Double 76s is considerably less good, so that guy is very difficult to hit. I hate to do it, but I think we're going to have to burn a chain shot here on this elite officer. Alternatively, we could just grenade salvo and hit him. Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking. What about a little incendiary bomb to set the world ablaze?
Get ready for surprise.
Yeah, let's do this. We'll incendiary bomb with Honest Abe, set everybody on fire, and whoever is left gets a bullet in the brain. This is the way it's going to roll. Prepare for yourselves for bullet in the brain. We did manage to shred, too. That guy's armor is a little bit troubling. We also didn't really improve our situation vis-a-vis that guy's cover much, either. Honest Abe did not get salvo because he moved. I am the world's dumbest man. Alright, well, Keller definitely finishes that man off. The shield bearer is also a problem, though, because he has armor. Yuri, what about a pistol? Like, if we have you take a couple pistol cracks here, you just like not, you have a really good chance of just taking this guy down with 2 straight pistol shots. We won't even have to burn a cooldown. I really feel like this is our best option. 7 damage. Yes, Pete, see, this is what happens when you pick up the secret and begin to scourge. You make fun of that man who liked to dress like Vladimir Putin, but Vladimir Putin is a virile stud-worthy beast. You come into the bedroom Putin style, you'll be having yourself a good night, Pete. I think maybe you have underestimated that person's particular kink there. You may not be giving them credit. You say, oh, he's a bit of a perv swerve, but you know, I think maybe you have missed an opportunity for some sexual pleasure here, Pete. And trust me, Yeti the baby maker Novak, I know the pleasure, Pete. This is what I bring to the table. Why all the ladies want to have Yeti's baby. Alright, well that man is now aflame and yeah, he's dead. He's on fire and poisoned. I'm not even gonna worry about him. He's standing in the middle of a blaze. He has no armor. You are on fire and poisoned, are you not? We need somebody who can see him. What do you got? Are you on fire? Yeah, you're burning and poisoned. You're definitely dead. Not gonna worry about you anymore then. You are a problem that has a solution that's sort of pre-cooked. Speaking of pre-cooked, we got the Master Chef over here. We're talking about a little bit of culinary delights. The Master Chef has been the bringer of culinary deliciousness. We really don't want to. Those guys are fucked. I mean, they're straight up completely porked. They're standing on top of a proximity mine, man. That's not going to be any good for anybody. I think we'll hang off on Jake Busey there. He seems like he's in a pretty good position. All right, Jesus, that elite shield bearer is dead, so we don't even really need to worry about him. Let's get you another bullet in a gun. Honestly, considering that we don't, I mean, that guy's he's gonna burn and die from poison. I'm not even gonna adopt cover here. This is how much I believe in the power of Jesus. I'm just gonna have him stand in the open and reload.
It's killing time.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Master Chef Busey, you're probably just gonna go on Overwatch. Steve, wait a minute. What are our detection tiles over here? Because we'd like to move Steve in a position to get, well, Steve is not concealed. He'll crack that pod, and we don't want to do that. Never mind, I almost did something remarkably stupid, but caught myself just in time. If we stand in that tile, we're still going to activate that pod. We definitely don't want to start things off here with a skull mine. That call me crazy, would be bad. Also, if we could get Steve into a position where he can see those guys, he could straight up hack it. You can't see that, Steve? How can you not see that thing? It's right there, man. For the love of God, Steve. Do we have Steve go on Overwatch? Yeah, we'll drop Steve into Overwatch here. I think Master Chef Busey will just whip him into Overwatch as well. That man's gonna burn and die. And everything's all good. So somebody's gonna have to go crack this pod, though. That's the thing. We gotta get him activated. We just gotta figure out what the most appropriate way to do that is. Oh, well, okay. Here comes the patrolling Archon. This is going to be problematic for us. Okay, who can see that man other than the concealed Jake Busey? Anybody? Seems like literally no one. Nope. It's just the concealed Jake Busey. And I think theoretically Yuri with the squad sight shot. Yuri? Yes, Pete. What is it? Yuri is busy. Yuri cannot see them, actually. See, now this is a little bit of a sticky wicket. Because we need somebody to get vision on those guys and pop them, but we also need that somebody to not be visible to these assholes over here, which means we sort of can't get any closer to that train car. Though, honestly, you know what? We might not need to get closer to that train car. What if we just detonate this shit with a Helen Keller grenade? This should set off the proximity mine and make all of these fuckers be dead. It will also open up the hack terminal for Steve Irwin. I don't really see a whole lot of compelling reason to not go ahead and enact this plan, right? I think we're good. Let's go ahead and drop a little plasma grenade up here. Helen Keller is going to have a follow-up salvo shot as well, because she did not move. So enjoy that, gentlemen. So explosives don't set off proximity mines anymore. That's... I would say it's a bad thing, but these guys are going to then activate and set off the proximity mine.
We have confirmation of the exposed access.
Yeah, don't worry, Bradford. They ain't going to be confirmed for that very... Yeah, there you go. So Jake Busey's concealment is open, and we have activated this Archon, which is fine. That was an amazing pod ambush right there. That was... Excuse me, Bradford? How did that... All right, proximity mine. I mean, it was an amazing pod activation, but you have completely dicked me with the I'm very salty. Yeah, that's very much not good. Okay? I mean, it blew up in tiles that it wasn't supposed to blow up. Or did it blow up a thing that was in itself blow-upable, and then... These destructible mission assets trouble me a very great deal. Alright, this is like the second time now that we've lost a mission, basically exclusively because of that sort of behavior. And it's making me a little salty. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was a beautiful thing to see those guys stand up and go, hey, what's that over there? And then just to die in a massive explosion. Don't get me wrong. I don't fault the proximity mine on that. I fault the fact that we did not get accurate information about where we would be in relation to the proximity mine when the proximity mine was done proximity-ing. If I can use a word that doesn't exist. Proximity-ing? Anyway, when it detonated, yeah, I'm not holding that against the proximity mine. The proximity mine has done its job very clearly. Speaking of doing its job, Jake Busey, why don't you put a bunch of shotgun blasts into this Archon one? Okay, that's a hellaciously amazing start. Can you follow it up with something similar? And, okay, well, I mean, not bad. We can never take away the dodge. That's the thing that you're going to have to learn to deal with, Jake Busey. Jake Busey is not untouchable. He is not implacable because Jake Busey did not get a kill, but I don't necessarily think this is going to be a big problem for us.
I'm on it.
Got Honest Abe here. Honest Abe could give us a chain shot. What's your hit percentage like? Definite. Really good, but not a slam dunk. Also, we could maybe save Jake Busey a little bit. Am I getting a little wild with the explosives? You know, maybe. Actually, I really want to hit the Archon and the Viper. Is there a way I can do that? Oh, you damn bet your ass there is. Will this drop Jake Busey in a hole? From the looks of things, it's not supposed to, but this is... Watch me trust the thing to actually give me accurate information, and I'll get completely dicked by the absolute lack of information, much like I just did a moment ago. Yep, okay. So, yeah, it straight up lied to me again, dropped Jake Busey off a fucking cliff. I'm sorry, Jake, that was my fault. We clearly, the information on the explosion radius thing, it can't be trusted, man. We just can't, we straight up can't trust it. It is not trustworthy in any capacity. Alright, Yuri, I mean, you might as well go ahead and get 2 kills. I'm gonna go ahead and face off. Yeah, there's only 2 guys, but Yuri's gonna kill them both. I'm real salty about the way this mission has gone down. Also, it means whatever this hidden event was, we didn't thwart it, and we don't know what it is, and if this goes anything like I expect it to go, well, for one thing, there's definitely another enemy, so yeah, Alien King is probably on the menu. But anyway, if this goes anything like I sort of expect it to go, what we can largely expect is that this hidden event that I didn't thwart will be either faceless on every mission or chrysalids on every mission. Yeah, there's definitely an Alien King over here. Because we saw the thing trick over to Johnny Invisible Motion. Alright. Everybody get into 100% ass kick mode. That's what we've got to go full ass kickery right here. So Steve's going to leap through a window because it's dramatic, not because it needs to be done. I would love to have Steve on Overwatch, but I'm kind of thinking like a battle scanner might not be the world's worst idea. You know what? Scanning protocol, Steve. Let's just be abundantly cautious. We've already gotten fucked twice on this mission. And right now, some of you are saying, haha, see what happens when you don't wait for marriage, Pete? And yeah, I mean, maybe you're not wrong. That thing says there are only civilians, huh? Why do I not believe that? Nothing but civilians? I'm not buying it. Anyway, back to the Jesus thing. Be like, yeah, this is what happens when you don't save yourself from marriage, Pete, you fucking heathen. This is what happens. Oh, you want to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Well, sometimes when you dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, when that dance is over, the devil fucks you. So where is this last remaining enemy? I'm feeling real salty about that proximity mine. And the reason I'm extra salty about the proximity mine is because it turned what should have been an amazing moment of triumph into a moment of abject humiliation and defeat.
No problem, boss.
I mean, that should have been a pod ambush we could have been proud of. And instead, oh, yep, there's our, okay. So there's our Alien King. We know where he's, what the fuck are you? I mean, dangerous. That's what you are. Well, on the plus side, we know where he's at now. So, Jake Busey, I'm gonna have you go into Overwatch.
Scanning.
Yuri, you know, honestly, are probably in about the best possible position you could be in for this shit. Stovepipe, you likewise are not in a terrible position. You know, you're not in a terrible position, Stovepipe, but you're not in an ideal position either. Let's get you around this corner.
On the move.
Stovepipe is out of grenades, which is a problem. He's going to be probably winding up a chain shot for us. And our goal is going to be to do so much damage to this son of a bitch in one turn that he doesn't ever get it, that he basically just gets immediately eradicated. And Helen Keller is going to be no small part of making that happen, because Helen Keller has our frost bomb. So we're going to need Keller in a position where... Never mind, I've muddied my own plans. Alright, here comes Big Mama Predator. What are you gonna do? This guy has an absolute shitload of armor. We are gonna get a little Overwatch here. Alright, 5 damage and he's on fire. The 4 armor is admittedly a problem. Jake Busey's gonna do a little damage here. Fantastic, the man with armor-piercing ammo has missed his shot. This is great. Dr. Vonlin, what have you made this thing? What is it that you have done to this creature? It is an abomination unto mankind. So what do we got? We got Jesus. We got Steve Pokemon Irwin. This guy's gonna get a reaction move after we do anything, including move. Helen Keller's got the Frosty, though. You know what, Helen Keller? Cool this motherfucker down. I have, like, 18% of a plan here. If this works, I'm gonna look like the world's smartest man. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna look like a giant asshole. My money's on asshole, but... Alright, so, Jesus. If we have you... I need to know if Jesus is gonna be able to see this. Now, if Jesus moves, he's not gonna be able to see it. Alright, this is a little troublesome. I was gonna use the thing to hack it and try and give somebody 2 automatic miss chances. That would be so good, but the problem is we can't hack and then move. The best we could do is give out maybe a couple Overwatch shots here. We give a threat assessment Overwatch, I think, to Abraham Lincoln and Helen Deadeye Keller. They're our 2 best shots. They're gonna be probably our 2 best sources of damage, and they will get rid of this thing's armor. No, not a combat protocol, Steve. Not a combat protocol at all. Aid protocol also does increase our defense dramatically. So the first one goes to Helen Keller. Man, Keller, I really wish you had not spawned that particular enemy. That would have been very nice for us. Okay, some of his freeze is going to wear off. Jesus, I think it's definitely aid protocol from you as well. You know, we could put this aid protocol on Steve Irwin and hope that he could get... That's actually really interesting. Put the aid protocol on Steve Irwin. And then hope that he got... Ugh. Very intriguing. Here's my thought process. If we put the aid protocol on... not on the aid protocol. Now, never mind. I completely lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I'm completely discombobulated. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to definitely override. Reducing the enemy's will. I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be, like, immune to any sort of will-based effect. Overwatch, whatnot. And now Jesus is going to do his whole, I've got the protection of the divine shield. The Lord is my savior, I shall not want. Although, technically, I'm a triune god. So I am my own Lord and savior. It's difficult for me to want anything. I'm omnipotent. And then we're going to have Jesus move out and just try to take some hits here. I'm hoping that Helen Keller and Abraham Lincoln's threat assessment Overwatch does some solid work for us. That was brilliant. Okay, well, Abraham Lincoln did hit, which means Abraham Lincoln has Guardians, so another chance. Oh, honest Abe, just keep lighting them up, baby. You know you want to do it, Abe. Oh, look at this. That's my boy. Honest Abe is getting the shit done. Keep lighting him up, Abe. You got this, dog. You got this. Again. Oh, my God. He goes 3 for 3. Or did you just bug everything, Abraham Lincoln? Or are we... Is this such an amazing moment that we're in fucking super ultimate duper slow motion? Or did Honest Abe just, I mean, all of that drama for a miss, Abe? It's not great. What the hell was that? Okay, well, Honest Abe, we get some people who were stunned here. This is not ideal. So who's immune to the next 2 attacks? Jesus is. Who's immune? Jesus is immune. Who's not immune? Steve Earl. Is this guy just going to stand in the middle and pound on us? Is that what he's going to do? I'm kind of thinking that might be what he's going to do. What if we capacitor discharged? Would that help us at all? Can we even hit him with it without also hitting Jesus and everyone else? I mean, it looked like that was catching. I don't really want Abraham Lincoln disoriented if possible. Why can we not target this properly? Then again, Lincoln is stunned, so... You know what? Now, it does a shitload of damage. It'll kill Abraham Lincoln. Oh, there we go. No, that's still hitting Abe. There's got to be a way we can do this without hitting Abe. Steve, you got to figure out a way to make this happen. You are not going to be able to do it, are you? All right, well, you know what? Just take your 73% chance for a shot at the Berserker Queen, and I guess we pray for an execution? I got nothing else. Well, we got 9 damage out of it, which is something. Jesus, we really need that stun gun coming to bear here, buddy. This guy's doing a lot of damage with his AoE stomp. Please just try and go punch Jesus, who is immune to attack. There's our shit right there. You want to punch Jesus? Jesus don't give a single shit, Berserker Queen. Be like, oh, you got this. Look at me. I'm coming in rolling on Jesus. You gonna roll on Jesus, dog? You really think you're gonna roll on Jesus like that? Jesus is not going down like that. He is not going down like that at all. And Jesus is about to give you a little bit of big old stun gun right to the old snot locker, so get ready to enjoy this shit. This is why we built this thing. 10 damage is nice. Did we get the stun as well? You're supposed to be really vulnerable to the stun. He did not appear to get stunned at all. Yeah, he is definitely not stunned. What are you doing? Punching Jesus. All right. You take a shot at the boy? No, he's making... All right.
We have to stop that thing. Don't let it escape.
Well, I mean, we don't really have a lot of choice. So, we are not probably going to be able to get the kill here, but we want to do as much damage as possible. Now, rulers do not get reactions off anything that is technically a free action, like Yuri's Lightning Hands. So we can get some teep damage out of Yuri right here. He will not... Oh, beautiful. This damn skippy, it was beautiful, Pete. It was amazing. Ruler not get the reaction off of me fucking shooting him in the face with freebie gunshot, too. We can also get the same thing here out of the Businator. The Buse is going to get loose and whip an axe into this motherfucker. Another critical. We're getting so lucky. Oh, that was good. Busey, what are your chances at rapid firing him from here? Double 65s is not very good. We can't move because at the end of the move, this guy gets a reaction, and his reaction is going to be run like hell. So which is going to be better for us than a rapid fire, double rapid fire? All right, let's take a look at let's just look at the percentages. It can't miss. It does a minimum of 18 damage, which is not going to get the kill. All right, this is known. 12 to 21. This is basically the same. 35% chance for a crit with the pistol. What's our crit chance like here? 30. All right, so 9 to 11, but we do get that twice. So we're looking at 18 to 22 from that. With the pistol, 12 to 21. With a 5% crit chance. I mean, this is effectively exactly the same. I'm going to fan fire just because I think it's cooler.
For the price of one.
Oh, Yuri. Okay, that was actually pretty good damage. 9, 7, and 5. We got exactly 21 out of that. I mean, that's pretty solid. We got an extra 3 from the burn. You gonna make a break for it now, dog? Go ahead. Yeah, you gonna run like who's a scared little bitch? You a scared little bitch. Yeah, how you like that, Mutant Queen? Yes, Yuri, he put the icing on the cake of that one. You are finished, Queen Berserker lady. You are not that impressive. Viper King was much more dangerous than you were. Although full credit to Honest Abe Lincoln, man. Abe really did put on an Overwatch display. So, there's something positive to take away from this mission, despite the proximity mine unfortunateness that did happen.
Let's move already.
We can't deny that. The immunity to 2 attacks was really quite useful too, because you'll be noticing that Jesus is gonna walk away from this mission unscathed. Jesus himself, Jesus, you'd be like, yeah, Operation Half-Eaten Heart, eat your heart out. Rating poor. Oh, because we failed our objective. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? You're probably not wrong, Bradford. I mean, I feel pretty good about it because we just spanked the shit out of the Berserker Queen, but we did fail our guerrilla operation, so that, yeah, it's 6 of one, a half a dozen of the other. I don't feel good about it. That proximity mine did lie to me, though. It gave us the whole, oh, yeah, this is what happens when you premarital sex me. You let the devil into your heart. And the Prince of Lies, he's going to lie to you 10 out of 10 times. Oh, look at everybody so sad. Oh, come on, Jesus. Don't be so sad, man. Helen Keller got her head in her hands. Even Yuri's face palming a little. He's low point in Yuri's career, Pete. Never before, except for like the 75 times I died while playing Stasis. But never before, not since then. Let's put it that way. Before now and not since I and my crew died on our way to Mars in Stasis. Have Yuri felt this level of dejection? Oh, I might, can't say. It's gonna make me a suit out of a Viper there, and everything was looking great. We kicked the shit out of Berserker, and then old Jake, Master Chef Busey, really served up a dud there, mate. What was that all about, Busey? I mean, normally, your culinary stylings are amazing, mate, but that proximity grenade, I mean, it was also sort of beautiful. The presentation was great. You had the Swizzler chocolate sauce there smeared all across the plate. Presentation was great, mate, but the dish itself, hey, it tasted like shit, mate. It tastes terrible. It's like an old tire. Yes, and I spell tire with a Y because I'm British. What about it? Well, I mean, I'm Australian, which is better than British. Basically, it's British. I mean, we do put the Queen on our money, so there's that. But it's basically like British with swagger. So we got several people who are lightly wounded. Ultimately, I don't think that's going to be a problem. You know, it breaks my heart to see these guys this upset. Everybody's all hanging their head. You got nothing to be ashamed of, guys. We got lied to. That proximity mine, Lily, if anybody's to blame for this mission, you know who it is, Jake Busey? It's Lily. She gave you improper specs on that proximity mine. She's like, no, it has a radius of this. And you're like, well, I'll throw it just outside the critical objectives of explosion radius then. And then it blew up way bigger than it was supposed to. So, you know, hashtag blame Lily, because this one is her fault. All right. Oh, it's Resistance Informant. Okay, so we failed to counter a dark event. It doesn't even matter. Resistance Informant is fucking pointless. Honestly, we'd have been better off if we had tried and countered Major Breakthrough, and that's one I sort of want to trigger. So we failed the mission, but I think ultimately we didn't get hurt that badly. Also, why am I not doing a proving ground? I'm very upset with you. We're supposed to be building a serpent suit so I can see what the hell it does. 1 Illyrium core, 10 alloys, 10 Illyrium crystals takes 5 days. Yeah, I mean, Steve Irwin has got to have his magic skin suit. That's right, Pete. You know, I feel a little odd about me compunction to wear the skin of me fallen victims, but then again, Pete, I am Australian, mate, and we're just talking about that. It's basically British with swagger. What's more swagger than wearing the skin of your dead enemies, mate? I mean, that's some Genghis Khan shit right there. It's, I mean, I'm going to look good, Pete. Gonna look good. Well, I guess we'll have to find out at a later date, because this episode, Steve, is done. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see us finish our hunt for the Berserker Queen, and see if Steve Irwin can get himself another delicious skin suit so he can tuck it back and ask us how much we want to have sex with him, might consider subscribing as well, because I'm going to keep making that Jamie Gum joke all day long. I'm riding that horse until it's dead, and when it dies, I'm going to beat it some more, because I'm all about flogging a dead horse. Right now, though, I'm all about being over. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.